Secondly, Genesis 3 does not think of evil primarily in horizontal terms, but in vertical terms. You see, when we do think of evil, finally, depending on who we are, we tend to think of evil at the horizontal level. Probably none of us here would want to deny that Auschwitz was evil. Probably we don't want to deny that raping a little child is evil. Probably we don't want to deny that operating a huge Ponzi scheme that rips people off of billions is evil. We don't want to deny that. And certainly the Bible has all kinds of pretty condemning things to say about horizontal evils, that is, evils amongst ourselves. But in the Bible, what is said to make God angry most frequently is idolatry. It's the vertical dimension. The person who is most offended here is God. It's not that Eve is really ticked because Adam's blamed her. In the first instance, where the guilt is guilt before God. It's in the de-godding of God. So that, yes, you could read the prophet Isaiah, who warns against vicious, money-grabbing owners who won't pay fair wages. But pages and pages are devoted to idolatry. It's the supreme evil. It is what makes all the other evils supremely evil. And that means, in the third place, that Genesis 3 shows what we most need. If you're a Marxist, what you need are revolutionaries and decent economists. If you're a psychologist, what you need is an army of counselors. If you think that the root of all malfunction and disorder is medical, what you really need is endless numbers of Mayo Clinics. But if our first and most serious need is to be reconciled to God, a God who now stands over against us, who pronounces death upon us because of our willfully chosen rebellion, then what we need the most, though we may have all of these other derivative needs, what we need the most is to be reconciled to Him. We need someone to save us. You cannot make sense of the Bible until you come to agreement with what the Bible says our problem is. If you don't see what the Bible's analysis of the problem is, you can't come to grips with the Bible's analysis of the solution. The ultimate problem is our alienation from God, our attempt to identify ourselves merely with reference to ourselves, this idolatry that de-gods God. And what we must have is reconciliation back to this God, or we have nothing.